Hi everyone, Twyla Clarke here with you, and I am an intuitive and spiritual life coach, aka the spiritual gardener. And I'm also a self-love advocate. And so I truly believe that women can heal their lives once they know how to love themselves and once they know how to accept, embrace, and understand who they are. So, the topic that I'm going to be discussing is overcoming self sabotage. And it is truly such an important topic because we are constantly sabotaging ourselves. So, some of the ways that we sabotage ourselves is we do so in our daily lives, in our business, in our careers, in our relationships. A big way that we sabotage ourselves is if we want to apply for a job or if there's a promotion that we're going after and we tell ourselves or we talk ourselves out of the ways that we can go for it or that we should go for it or the ways that we would add value to that job position or that promotion, right? So we begin to speak negatively or talk down to ourselves. So that's a big way that we sabotage ourselves. Another way is in our relationships, where we feel like we aren't good enough or when we feel like we aren't worthy enough. So a lot of times what happens, especially if we're coming out of a relationship where there was maybe a lot of maybe some emotional damage, or maybe not even emotional damage, but just some of the stuff that happened in the breakup. And we haven't taken the time to heal those things, and we've moved on into another relationship, however long it be, because it really doesn't matter. But then we look at this person, and this person could be perfect, and we'll see that they're perfect, but we are always looking for the one thing, that could be wrong with them, looking for, or waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? We believe that we can only have it so good. So when someone comes into our lives and seems to be perfect, and we're waiting, we're looking for something wrong. And so that's a big way that we self-sabotage in our relationships. And even in our friendships, right? Because we don't truly believe that we are worthy. So we limit ourselves and we limit what it is that we can have because we truly don't know what's possible. And so if there is, if we put boundaries down, right? And we place boundaries and we start to kind of take back our power, then if we are not firm in those boundaries or firm in taking back our power and people resist it, then we may, just go with it and say, well, it's not possible. It's not possible for that person to respect me. It's not possible for that person to love me. It's not possible for this person to treat me the way that I want to be treated. And the truth is if you truly want something, if you want to be respected, if you want somebody to treat you a certain way, then you absolutely deserve to be treated that way. So in talking about self-sabotage and the way that we're constantly sabotaging ourselves, is knowing that you can have it as good as you would like to have it, right? So there's no boundaries. There's no limitation. We live in an abundant universe. There's abundance constantly sourcing and flowing around us and being created. So when we think about it and we think, okay, well, we live in an abundant universe, then we know that there's no limit to how truly good we can have it until we place a limit and say, okay, I can only have it this good. I can only handle so much goodness. And that's when it becomes a matter of opening up to receive more good and opening ourselves up to receive more. So one of the exercises that I wanted to take you guys through was to write down absolutely everything that it is that you want, desire, or need in your life. And I don't want, so, we live in a society where it's like, you can have your needs, but you can't have your wants. Or, your wants are frivolous or they're luxuries, so you don't really need them. This exercise is to just get clear on the things that you want. So write down absolutely everything that it is that you want, desire, or need in your life. And just to give you a quick few tips, you can go personally, professionally, health-wise, and in your relationships, both platonic and romantic. So write down everything that it is. And I don't want you to think, there comes a time, well, especially as light workers, where, we're told that spiritually we don't need, or there's this this notion that we can't want more. If we're spiritual, we're supposed to be minimalists, or, whatever it looks like for you. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with either way, however, whatever it is that you want or desire in your life, there's no wrong way, right? So I want you to know that this is just about you. I don't want you to judge yourself. I don't want you to say that that's not realistic or that's not idealistic, or judge yourself and say, well, why do I want this so bad? Like, I shouldn't want this. It's not about that. It's not about the judgment that you are placing on yourself. It's just about writing down without judgment and without thinking that you're not good enough or that it's unrealistic, just to write it down. Okay? So once you write it down, then I want you to write down why you want it. Okay? Because when you write down why, now you're getting connected to it. So you're writing it down, and then you're writing down your why as to why do you want this thing. Okay? Because there's an importance there. There's a reason why you want it. It's in you for a reason. God placed it on your heart, source, creator, whatever you want to call it, placed it on your heart for a reason. Okay? So write down what it is that you want, why you want it. The next thing that I want you to write down is, how have you sabotaged yourself from having this in your life already? Because the truth is if you don't have it already and it's something that you want, desire, or need, you're blocking it. You're not allowing yourself to receive it. So write down the ways, and this may be hard. This may be difficult. I know the very first time that I started looking at these exercises, it was very difficult for me to look at myself in the mirror and really see the ways that I was blocking myself and blocking the universe from giving this to me. So I really want you to hone in on the ways that you are sabotaging yourself, okay? Because we all do it. We all go through this push and pull. So it's completely normal. I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel guilty about it or feel shame around it, because that is not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to get clear on what it is that you want, why you want it, and then know the ways that you're sabotaging. Because once you bring awareness to what you're doing, then you can start to change and start to shift things for your future. So the clearer that you can be on how you've self-sabotaged is the clearer that you can become aware of it. And the more that you're aware is the more that you can see it in your future and then begin to shift it. Okay? So the next thing that I want you to do, now that you've honed in on all the ways that you're sabotaging yourself, I want you to write down exactly what you're worthy of. Okay? So this may be a little bit difficult because deep down inside of all of us, there is, this fear of not being worthy or not feeling worthy enough. And it all stems from not being good enough. And so this may be a little bit difficult for you guys to do. But I want you to know that all the things that are placed on your heart, you are absolutely worthy of. Okay? So that is the awesome part. Like, know that you are truly worthy of wanting everything that it is that you have in your life. Okay, so bonus, right? So yeah, so you are absolutely worthy. So write down all the things that you're worthy of and in the ways that you're worthy. Okay, because we're gonna nip that not feeling good enough, not being worthy. We're gonna nip that in the butt, right? Because you cannot step into the fullest being of yourself carrying the baggage from your past. So it's time for you to rise up, stand in your power, and own it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this topic, and I hope that you you got something out of the exercises, and please enjoy the rest of the amazing speakers on this summit. Thank you so much. So much love to you. Bye-bye.